Welcome to Lighten Up, the art of living clutter-free, the podcast where we tackle the literal and figurative clutter standing between you and your healthiest and happiest life. I'm Melanie, your host, coach, and guide on this journey to help you design a life that you love. Whether it's clearing out your kitchen cabinets, untangling your digital files, or letting go of the mental blocks that hold you back, we're here to make space for what truly matters. Let's lighten up together. Starting now. Hey there, welcome back everyone. This is Lighten Up, the art of living clutter-free, and I'm Melanie, and today's episode is all about love. Okay, before you roll your eyes and think, oh great, another Valentine's Day episode about romance and flowers and candy, I'm gonna stop you right there. We are not talking about that kind of love. At least not exclusively. Today, we're diving into something that is both simple and wildly complicated, and that's self-love, loving yourself, not in a spa day and a glass of wine kind of way. I know that those things have their place, but rather in the deep, radical, messy, and necessary way. Because the truth is, for so many of us, saying I love you to ourselves is the hardest thing to do. And even harder is showing ourselves that love every single day. So let's break it down. Love is easy to say until it's not. We throw around the word love so casually. I love pizza. I love the TV show Cheers. I love the Rolling Stones. My God, their new album is everything. I love this sweater. It's so cozy. We say love when we really mean like a lot. But then in a romantic relationship, saying I love you for the first time can be terrifying because we're wondering things like, will they say it back? What if they don't mean it in the way I do? What if I get hurt? Yet, there's something even harder than saying I love you to someone else, and it's saying it to ourselves. Not in an Instagram caption selfie kind of way, but in a raw, real, soul deep kind of way. Looking in the mirror and genuinely feeling the love for the person staring back at you. That's tough. So let's talk about why that is. Why do we struggle so much with self-love when we can so easily love other things and sometimes even other people who may or may not deserve it in some cases? The answer is because real love takes effort. It takes commitment. It takes showing up every damn day. And when it comes to ourselves, we've been conditioned to believe that love must be earned, that we have to be better, thinner, more successful, more accomplished, more something before we're worthy of our own love. Well, I'm going to say it clearly. That's bullshit. You don't have to earn your own love. You don't have to become someone else to be worthy of care and kindness. You are already deserving of love, your own love, right now, exactly as you are. So there's actual science behind why self-love is so important. Studies in psychology and in neuroscience show that practicing self-compassion can lead to lower levels of stress and anxiety, improve mental health, and even better our physical health. According to research by Dr. Kristen Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion studies, people who practice self-love experience increased motivation, healthier relationships, and a greater overall sense of well-being. When you engage in positive self-talk and self-care, your brain releases oxytocin, the love hormone, which helps you feel safe, calm, and connected. Self-criticism, on the other hand, triggers the amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for the fight or flight response. This means that when you constantly judge yourself harshly, your body actually reacts as if it's under threat, leading to increased cortisol, the stress hormone, and a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt. So, if you've ever thought that self-love was just some fluffy feel-good nonsense, science says otherwise. It's a critical part of our mental and our emotional health. So, I want to talk about my journey to self-love because this has been a rocky road. I spent so many years hating myself, not just not loving myself, but actually hating myself. I hated how I had become over 200 pounds. I felt like everyone felt that way too. I felt fat. I felt ugly. I felt worthless. I was convinced that every single person who looked at me saw someone who was failing. It has been quite a journey to get to where I am now. I'm so proud of what I've accomplished in life despite all of the imperfections. And the wild thing is that the imperfections are quite literally perfect. They tell my story. They make me who I am. I no longer strive for some impossible standard. Okay, wait a minute. There are times that I do that. I really try my best to strive to be the best version of me. And that means embracing everything I once hated and learning to love it instead. So, this is a really great grab your pen and paper moment. So, go ahead, pause the show, go grab that pen and paper, and get ready. You can even just say these things out loud if you want. I want you to write down 3 things that you love about yourself. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's your resilience. Maybe it's your sense of humor. Maybe it's your kindness. Maybe it's that little dimple on your cheek when you smile. Maybe it's your purple hair. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Celebrate it. Now take a deep breath and read them back to yourself. You deserve to hear these words. You deserve to feel them because this is where self-love begins with small, conscious acts of appreciation for yourself. Don't just do this now. Do this on the regular, maybe once a week, maybe once a month, maybe quarterly. Set some time to sit down and show yourself the love. So I also want to give you some like actionable self-love practices. Um, I think it starts with changing your inner dialogue. It's what you say to yourself and how you say it. Practice gratitude daily. Set boundaries and enforce them. Oof, that's a tough one. We'll talk a lot about asserting yourself and setting boundaries in a future episode. I promise you. It may be a 4-hour long episode because I have so many things to say about that. But in the meantime, other strategies. Move your body in a way that you enjoy. Eat nutritious food that fuels you. Prioritize rest and sleep. Engage in creative outlets, whether it's knitting or sewing or painting or scrapbooking. Be creative. Celebrate your achievements, big or small. Surround yourself with supportive people and seek help when needed. It is okay to ask for help. It is a way you show yourself love. So I just actually want to take a little deeper dive into boundaries right now because loving yourself means protecting your peace. Boundaries are an act of self-respect. This can mean saying no to an event you don't want to attend, limiting social media time. It can mean cutting out toxic relationships. It's about recognizing that your needs matter just as much as anyone else's. If setting boundaries feels hard, remind yourself, boundaries are not about controlling others. They are about honoring ourselves. So the takeaway, you deserve love. You deserve love now, not later. I get it. Self-love is a journey. Some days it feels easy and some days it feels impossible. And hopefully there are a lot of days in between. But the point isn't perfection. The point is showing up for yourself, even when it's hard. So this Valentine's Day, whether you're in a relationship or not, I want to give you, I want you to give yourself something more valuable than flowers or chocolate. Give yourself self-compassion. Love yourself enough to take care of yourself. Love yourself enough to speak kindly to yourself. Love yourself enough to believe that you are worthy, because you are. And if you ever forget that, just come back and listen to this episode again. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Lighten Up, the Art of Living Clutter-Free. I hope you found a spark of inspiration to help declutter not just your space, but your mind and life as well. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little lightness in their life. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Small steps lead to big changes, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. For more tips, resources, and ways to connect, check out my website, follow me on social media, and don't forget to check out the Design Your Healthy Life Strategy program to take your transformation even further. Until next time, keep letting go of what no longer serves you and making room for what truly lights you up.